Not long ago, I found myself smack dab in the middle of one of the scariest moments of my professional career. I was 4 years into large deal sales at a multi-billion-dollar IT services firm. I was closing $100 million deals like it was nothing. And on a fast track to leadership. Not bad for a non-techie. But on the inside, I just wasn't super fulfilled. Corporate red tape and the process of sales was definitely taking its toll. I was drained and exhausted. Chasing deals had me on the road 200 plus nights a year away from my home and my family. So secretly, I started to think about what I wanted next. So with 50% year-over-year income growth, 4 years in a row, I did what many high achievers do. I bought my dream home and the Mercedes for my partner. I just so badly wanted to feel successful. Even though I knew in my gut I couldn't grind it out in sales very much longer. So I started to plan my exit strategy. I refinanced some rental properties down to 10-year terms, thinking if I could just keep pace a few more years, I could leave corporate America for good. And then I would figure out a new career path with passion and maybe a deeper sense of purpose. And then the unthinkable happened. Less than 90 days after buying Dream Home, my company, which had been acquired by a European conglomerate, ceased all sales commissions. Overnight, my income got cut down by 2/3. Now, I could leave and find a new job, but then I'd forfeit the commission holdbacks that I now needed more than ever. How many of you have experienced something like that in your career, where one moment you're on top of the world, and then the next? Well, for any myriad of reasons, downsizing, a buyout, corporate politics, it feels like everything you've built could be taken away with barely a moment's notice. I didn't start my business career to play the keeping up with the Joneses game. I imagine you didn't start your career solely focused on the financials either. And yet, over time, life, responsibilities, families, it happens. Personally, I've done a lot of things for money. Some of these things aligned with my big corporate dreams. Others, well, a little less traditional. In no particular order, I've been a bartender, a beer tub girl, a financial analyst, a marketing director, the largest non-investor shareholder of a .com that almost IPO'd, and a good corporate citizen. My college years produced the most interesting jobs. Once, I wore a glittery gold bikini embossed with the Jose Cuervo logo. It was spring break in Daytona Beach. I floated in a giant martini glass filled to the brim. It was part of a stunt to get into the Guinness Book of World Records for the world's largest margarita. Like I said, I've done a lot of things for money. Junior year in college, that was the most scandalous. My parents had recently retired. They sold our home on Long Island to travel the country in an RV. And then, my worst nightmare came true. I lost my academic scholarship. I had never been so ashamed. I was on the brink of being kicked out of college and my apartment the night my zoology professor took me to amateur night at the local topless bar. I had never seen so much cash. Pretty soon, I decided I was going to be a star. I hit the road and traveled the circuit. I built a fan club through radio interviews and then leveraged promotional items as a revenue stream. I was barely 19. Somewhere in my childhood, consciously or subconsciously, I got the message that it did not matter what I did for a living as long as I made a ton of money. A message I took quite literally. But here's the thing. Over the years, and as my business career progressed, no matter how prestigious my job title or how fancy my business card, I could never understand why, for nearly 20 years after I hung up my acrylic platform pumps, every single job left me with that same empty feeling I got as a stripper. After a lot of soul searching, eventually I realized it wasn't the jobs or the titles or where or how I went to work that was leaving me empty and craving that deeper level of fulfillment. There was an ugly truth. Nothing had evolved in my internal life quest. My life had been ruled by the lull of a silent mantra reverberating in my brain longer than I could recall. Money is power, and power is freedom. Money is power, and power is freedom. Everything I had ever done in my life stemmed from my desire to build financial wealth. Until I experienced the magic of helping executives tap into their deepest desires amidst their busy schedules as a coach. So I ask you, are your core life and career decisions driven by your desire to build or hold on to financial wealth? And if so, what in your life is taking a back seat? What would happen if you had the ability to honor the desires woven deep into the fabric of your soul, free from the attachment of financial gain? What would be possible then?